Hello, this is Wyatt Jackson here at the Strand Theater in Boston, Massachusetts. Excited about the conversation that we're about to have about my favorite book, Think and Grow Rich. So here's the idea. I've been thinking about this book and working with this book for almost 30 years. I got signed to a record label because I followed the principles of Think and Grow Rich. Was able to do 3 international tours because I followed the principles of Think and Grow Rich. And now what I want to do in my company and what we're doing here at the Strand for the next 5 years, we're going to be rolling out a bunch of programming that is all wrapped around the thinking behind Think and Grow Rich. So now we're about to get into it. And what I want you to do is use your imagination. This is all about the creative class. Now I'm not talking about just wanting to build a business. I'm talking about creative people. People like myself. I'm a hip hop artist, I'm an actor, and I'm a dancer. All right, so how can I apply the principles of Think and Grow Rich to the work that I do as a creative? Stay tuned. Wyatt Jackson back from Imagine Data. And I got something in this box. Now, this box is mysterious because you wonder what's in it, right? I'll reveal that after the last principle. Aww. But I want you to have faith that it's something powerful. That's the second principle, faith. When you use faith in the attainment of your goals, your desires, people respond to you differently. As a creative, you can't walk in doubting. You have to be faithful that it will all work out. That doesn't mean expecting. I'm talking about having faith. It's different than expectation. So, you're wondering what's in this box? Have faith, and you'll find out. Wyatt Jackson back with another Think and Grow Rich, a creative choice. Little thing to think about. Remember, this is the book. Go pick it up. But let's talk about it real quick. The third principle is auto-suggestion. Now, that may be a little bit of a heavy thing for folks to think about, but here it is. Auto just means self, and suggestion just means something that you are suggesting. So auto-suggestion, what he talks about in the book is to take a phrase, something that you believe in, and say it to yourself every day, every night. Like, I, Wyatt Jackson, will be the most successful artist in the world. Cool. Something like that. Now, you can scale it down or scale it up, but be very specific. That's the third principle. Auto-suggestion. This is my little auto-suggestion book. I made a little one just to read every day. Wrote everything in it. It's a creative way to do it. You don't have to do it like me. You can just take a piece of paper, write down what you want to say to yourself every day, and then repeat it every day. Watch what happens as a result. All right, so we are now in the thrills of this whole thing, and here's what I have here. This is a schematic drawing of a scene for a play. Why am I showing you this? The next principle is specialized knowledge. You have to study this thing. Whatever you're doing, you got to know what you're doing. So sometimes you have to have a compass and a ruler to figure out things. That's how I did that schematic drawing of a scene. I had to use a compass and a ruler. Very important. That is a principle that's very important to this book and to your success. Think and Grow Rich is about planning and organizing. It's also about being very specific and knowing exactly what you're doing with whatever you're focused on. So specialized knowledge. Learn your craft. Learn it better than you ever did. And watch what happens. Wyatt Jackson again from Imagine Data. Here's that red box. Remember, Think and Grow Rich, a creative's choice. So, you're probably imagining what could be in this box. Well, imagination is the next principle. Use your imagination like nobody's business. Imagine yourself in a theater doing an interview about a book, and you will be there. Voila. So here's the thing. Use your imagination and start creating from the other side of your brain, where things don't exist yet. Like Disney. They use their creative imagination. You can use yours. All right, so for all you sports fans, I'm from the land of the Patriots. Okay, all right, whatever. I'm also from the land of the Celtics. And anybody who knows basketball knows that basketball was created in Massachusetts. It was organized here. Organized planning is the next principle. I happen to have a Celtics 2008 Banner 17 little patch that they gave me. This wouldn't exist if they weren't organized. Everything you do as a creative has to be organized. If people are wondering what you're doing and they're trying to figure it out, it's not a good look. So, organization, write everything down, outline everything, make it as plain and as simple as possible. We'll talk more about that later. All right, so now this is my little ape friend Coco. And Coco is actually going to be given to my friend Melody, who is the executive director of this theater. The big ape in the room, the thing no one likes to talk about is decision, procrastination. When people have a great idea, in order for them to really activate it, they gotta do it. So creatives are known for having a zillion ideas and not moving on any of them. I'm successful because I move on my ideas. I don't procrastinate when it comes to creativity. You don't want to do that. Don't feed the ape in the room. Do it. So you got it going on, you're doing your thing, you're in a Broadway show, you're working in a theater, you're doing movies, you're on set, you're making things happen. There will come a time where you have to persist even when you're tired. Persist when you just don't feel like going to the next production meeting. You have to do a lot of editing of the video. You persist, you stay up late to get it done. Bottom line, persistence is the next principle. It is the key to working in this industry. I've been doing this for a long time, and I can tell you, people burn out because they don't know how to pace themselves. So pace yourself. As a creative, pace yourself and be persistent. Persistence is the key. I'm on a 25-year plan right now. I'll finish it when I'm somewhere now like 79. So I have time, as they say, if God, spares my life. The bottom line is, you gotta be persistent. All right, Wyatt Jackson here from Imagidata. So we've talked about faith, we've talked about persistence, we've talked about using your creative imagination. Now we're going to talk about one of the most important principles in the Think and Grow Rich canon, the Mastermind Alliance. So what does that mean? You have to have a crew. My crew consists of people who are specialists at what they do. Lee, the man who's doing all this work with the media, specialist. Matt, who is the TD of this theater, specialist. I could go down the list of all the people that I work with who are specialists. When I was in a hip-hop crew, I specialized in the electric boogie. No one else did it but me. So, get your crew, your mastermind alliance, bounce ideas off of them, and let their energy come into your ideas and vice versa. Here's an image of my mastermind alliance. Yep. So those people there are the people that are real in my life, and some are imaginary. But I have a relationship with all of them, and I consult with them all the time. Do the same. Try it out. Form a mastermind alliance. Wyatt Jackson here from Imagine Data. We have been covering all kinds of stuff. This has been one of the most awesome times I've had being able to unpack this amazing book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Probably by now you've went out and bought the book. If you haven't, buy it. Now, here's the thing. Read it and then apply it and watch what happens. This next one is a tough one. This principle is called sex transmutation. So when we talk about transmuting sex, what does that mean? Well, it means if you got an itch, don't scratch it. Now, what do you mean by that? Come on, man, what are you talking about, cuz? I got my needs. Yeah, well, your needs can zap your creativity if you're not careful. So make sure that you're in a coveted relationship. In other words, get married and do that. Or, listen, do what my pastor told me to do. Figure it out by yourself. Read between the lines. So the bottom line is, love does not always have to translate into sex. Use the energy, the power of love to fuel your creativity. Sex transmutation. Take the same energy and put it into your work and watch what happens. All right, Wyatt Jackson here with the red box again. So you're probably wondering what's in this box. There is something in this box, and it will be revealed at the end of this series. You're probably wondering why I keep bringing it out. Your subconscious mind is playing with you. That's the next principle. The subconscious mind. Your mind is always thinking of something, even when you're sleeping. So why not program it? Why not write your goals down? Why not repeat them all the time with people? Why not talk about the things that you are focused on achieving? All of this helps to fuel the subconscious mind. After a while, you'll be known for what you talk about, what you write down. The subconscious mind will start to figure it out. So activate that subconscious mind. Wyatt Jackson here with our final installment of the Think and Grow Rich, a Creative's Choice series. So I have the red box, and I will reveal to you what is in it. But I also have this, and we know what that looks like, right? We know what that is. The dollar sign. Your mind, your brain is a receiving and also broadcasting station. That's the next principle. When you start thinking with your brain about earning a living, you are sending out energy, it's very true, into the air. And people can tell that you're serious when you think about being that way and you do that thing, whatever that thing is. I'm being very general here, I'm not being specific. If you are looking to be rich as a homemaker, there are women who just want to serve at home. That's okay. There are women who want to be CEOs. There are men who want to stay at home with their sons. There are men who want to own businesses. Whatever you think about with your brain, you are sending out a broadcast to tell people what it is that you're about. And you're also receiving things as well. So this $ is here to say that yes, broadcast, earning a living, it's important in America. Also, you're receiving money. So think about that. Now it's time to reveal what's in the box. Understand, creativity, imagination, subconscious mind is all wrapped up right now in what's in this box. So let's open it. Woo! It is whatever you thought it was. You become what you think about. That is the whole principle of Think and Grow Rich. You keep thinking about becoming successful, you will become successful. Creativity is an amazing thing to grasp. The most important thing about creativity to me, as a faith believer, is you have to center that creativity in the right thing. Watch what happens when you do. Wyatt Jackson from Imagidata. We have more coming at you. This is the Strand Theater, where we're going to be getting a lot of work done in the next year or so. We have a 5-year plan here, but the next year or so is going to be amazing. So thank you for your time. Really looking forward to enjoying this ride with you. Peace.